it morning? Yes, it's morning. Good morning, you guys. So today we're doing a short video. This is not gonna be like a super long video. Today is gonna be a really relaxed video because I woke up this morning and I wasn't feeling that good. So I wasn't sure if I was gonna make a video or not. So we're making a small one just so we can like kind of keep this going. So today's hack is about bar ends. So a lot of us know all about aluminum bars and how some of the inserts for bar ends at the end of the bar are a little bit too small for when it comes to the normal sized bar end, whether it's like an ODI bar end or an Envy bar end. But Envy usually they supply two different bar ends, so you have one for the small aluminum bars or one for the chromoly bar, but obviously sometimes people lose those. So this is a hack that pertains to all of the bigger bar ends. So if you guys have a larger bar end and you have aluminum bars, so they're not gonna fit in there, there's 3 different ways for you to make this work. Way number 1.
Where your razor?
So method number 1, you're definitely gonna wanna have your parents around or some kind of an adult, older brother, something like that. That's like an adult, like I said, because number 1 has to do with a razor blade. Now, razor blades are sharp, so this is your disclaimer. Do not go and start taking this razor blade and start cutting around with it unless you have a parent around or have your parents do this, an aunt, uncle, something like that. You take your razor blade and you insert it at the end of the bar end like this. Once you've gotten into right here, all you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna have the bar end flat like this. Take your razor blade and push down very, very carefully. It's better if you guys have an actual handle, but don't have your fingers at the bottom. Just take your razor blade, fingers on the top of it, and press down. Push down all the way to where you can't push down any further. Once you've gotten right there, remove your razor blade. Now you're gonna move over just a little tiny bit, maybe to about right there, and you're gonna push down again. Push down all the way to the bottom, remove the razor blade. Now take that little chunk that you just cut out and just rip it out. Now you have a small gap right here. Once you have this little gap, just like this, you're gonna do the exact same thing to the other side. Now basically what this is gonna do is it's gonna close the bar end just a little bit. Once it closes that bar end a little bit, you'll be able to push this bar end, which at one point was a larger size, into the smaller sized bar. So it works out really, really well. It's a very, very simple hack. It doesn't cost you anything other than the cost of the bar ends. It's very, very quick, painless, unless you cut your finger, job. Now I have both sides have that small gap in there. You guys see that little gap right there? Now that is what we're gonna be leaning towards. That's what we're depending on to kind of get these to work now in this smaller bar. So now that we have that all situated, I'm gonna take my bars and I'll show you guys how easy it is to press these things in. So I'm just gonna close that little end a little bit. If it's not going in perfectly, you might need to cut a little bit more off, no big deal. So I didn't cut mine quite big enough. It's all good though. I'm just gonna cut a little bit more out very carefully. There you go. Now that should be more than enough. That actually might be too much. Put it in the end and push it in. Boom. There it is. Now it is sticking out a little tiny bit because I don't want to push these all the way in because these bars are still going to be in use. But once you have your grips on there, it'll be sticking out a little bit probably anyway. But you can still push it in all the way, like if I really want to, and put these things on the ground and push down. Boom. They're in all the way. So perfectly. So that is method number 1. And look, they come out just as easily. So, I mean, that comes out just as easily as it would like a larger one. So, I mean, like I said, Envy does supply the smaller ones. So you can do the same thing. Push them in. I mean, I'm not gonna push it all the way in, but you guys get the idea. That will go all the way in there. So that works out really well. So method number 1, done, dusted, ready to go. So if you guys have a larger bar end and you need to be a smaller bar end, that's all you need is a razor blade. So 2 more methods. Method number 2. Okay, so method number 2 has to do with a grinder, just like this one right here. So basically all I'm gonna do is see these little ribs on the ends of the bar end right here? You guys see these little ribs? Basically all we're gonna do is we're gonna take the grinder that we have right here, or the standard, whatever you wanna call it. I don't know why this isn't focusing right now. Focus. Well, you guys get the idea. So these little ribs right here, we're just gonna grind them off because the actual plastic that's on the bottom of those ribs is the correct size for your bar end to actually fit into the end of an aluminum bar end or a smaller bar end. Do I have a smudge on my lens? Hang on. Oh, we got you. Don't worry. We're getting there. Hold on. We're in the game. Sorry about that. For this method, you're definitely gonna wanna have a parent around. I don't recommend doing this if you're like a really young kid, mainly because these things, if this snags your finger, you're in a lot of trouble. So have your parents do this one for you guys. Again, you're gonna need this grinder, obviously, so your dad's probably not gonna just let you go at it with this thing if you're young anyway. So, yeah, have your parents around, let your parents do this, let their fingers get screwed up instead of yours. Huh? Good idea? I'm just gonna turn the grinder on right now. Oh God! All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the ribs right here, put them on, grind them off. When it comes to this method, you're gonna, like I said, take it very, very slow. You don't wanna rush it just because you want your barn to come out looking pretty much just like this. This is a pretty clean grind for this little project right here. You want it to be pretty much down to the bottom. Oh my God. Once you've gotten to this point, try it out. If it's not small enough, you can keep on going. But like I said, little by little. Don't go crazy. Little by little will work. It'll work just fine. I'm gonna go try to put this in my bar right now, and if it works, cool. If not, we'll keep going. All right, so I have my newly ground bar end, new size and everything. I'm gonna try to put this thing in the back or on the side of the bar. Again, don't go too fast, because if you cut this thing down too small, if you grind it down to where it's just too small, it'll just slide in and out, and it's not gonna work correctly. So again, take your guys' time on this one. I'm gonna try to put it in. You might need a mallet or something like that, or you might need to push it on the ground, which is exactly what I'm gonna do right now, just because the fit is pretty tight. So I'm just gonna go down here. All right, cool. I'm not gonna push it all the way in again, just because there's no need to. But there you go. There, that's your guys'. That kid just scared the crap out of me. Oh my gosh. He was pushing something. But that's what you guys want it to look like right there. You guys want the bar end to be fitting pretty tight. Again, like I said, not gonna push it in all the way. So don't go down commenting, you need to push it in all the way. There's no need. So again, don't go too hard. Just take it easy on this one. A little by little, we'll do plenty. So that's your guys' hack for the day. Oh wait, method number, that's 2. Method number 3. Where did it go? Well, that's method number 3 for you guys. Method number 3, you don't need any parents. Just go ahead and set it. You'll be alright. Your parents don't need to be around. That'll work perfectly fine. That's how I do it every single time. If I have a plastic barn and I need to put the thing in, I just put it like that. Just like that. Ain't no big deal. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you don't already, make sure you guys comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And until next time, I'm out. Later.